It's a damp, chilly morning here in the mountains of southern Appalachia. We're forecasted in the next several days to have a lot of rain. In fact, we're under a flash flood watch. So this morning, this little break that we're going to have, I wanted to get out and just kind of poke around and see what's happening in the gardens. I've seen some daffodils coming up, really exciting. I got a little bit of spring fever last week when we had some warm temperatures, and I got out and cleaned out some of my flower beds, and I really got the gardening bug like I do every year. So this morning I can't really do anything, but I'm going to walk around and see how things are doing. I start with the part that looks real tidy and nice. This is the flower bed that I cleaned out on one of those warm days. Cut back the lamb's ear over there and the yarrow, the kind of stems that was left from last year, and the irises too. But this is where you can see some of the promise of spring. Those are the little iris buds, iris leaves kind of trying to come up. So they're starting their annual march towards growth, and then of course the beautiful blooms that they'll have. These are purple irises. Another thing I noticed in this bed is there's a poppy. There's a poppy come up. Another pleasant surprise that I found in this bed are these tulips. One of you wonderful subscribers sent me the tulips. I want to think that they were orange. I can't remember though, but I hope they look so good right now that this means I'm going to have some lovely tulips right here. Another thing I noticed in this bed was a lot of nasturtium seeds. This is where I had nasturtiums planted, and I tried to kind of go as I was working and cleaning out. If I seen one, I tried to just kind of cover it up with some dirt in the hopes that it would come up, you know, once warm weather arrives. I didn't really clean out this bed, but I did kind of, I guess, cut back a few things that was tall and growing. And then these pots here, Katie had planted poppies in them last year, I guess, and not just last year, I guess it would have been the year before, maybe that fall. She planted them in it in the hopes that they would come up, but they didn't really, any of them, grow poppies. But as they sit here, I'm already imagining maybe Katie will want to plant some other type of flower in them, or if she doesn't, maybe I will. This is the garlic, one bed of garlic. We've got another one that Matt and I planted last fall. Garlic is always amazing because you plant it in the fall. I guess we planted this, I want to say like November maybe, I can't really remember. But it's just, you just plant it and you forget about it. And then, you know, there you get to see these wonderful little plants coming up that you planted so many months ago. It's just one of the amazing things. And of course, then you get the added benefit of actually eating the garlic, which is wonderful. This is the tail end of the flower bed that I cleaned out that goes along the house. This is where I saw some of the daffodils coming up and where I saw one little bud there. Look at that. This bed looks really nice right now, but it's got so many hostas in it that really take it over. You can see some of them back there. Some of them right here. They've just been here so long that they're really, really overgrown, and I need to move them. Maybe this will be the year I actually do. Make room for some other things. More daffodils here, and then you can even see the peonies. They're trying to come up. If the warm weather had continued, I would have got this bed next. You can see it's still got zinnias and old maids and poppies and things from last year that need to be cleaned out. This flower bed, it's my largest flower area, I guess, has really suffered the past 2 years because of Miss Cindy, and then last year because of Granny. So I hope this year I can really keep it cleaned out and maybe move some stuff around and have it looking nice. Here's some bee balm that's went to seed. It needs to be cut back. But you can see some parts of this does have those little spring flowers coming up. Here's some more daffodils, little buds. Underneath all the stuff that needs to be cleaned out, there's some spring little flowers. I'm not sure if those are grape hyacinths or if those are something else. I have some little snowdrops right here in this area, which are usually some of the first to bloom, but I don't see any blooms yet in there. I'll leave them covered up there. The blooms I see first every year are the Lenten roses, hellebores. There's a bloom right there, and this bed definitely needs to be cleaned out. It's full of leaves and also the stalks from last year's hostas. A few of you have asked about those late blueberries that we planted. You can see that one's still alive. It's got some buds. Some of the others don't look that great though, but I'm hoping they'll either bud out or maybe the plant will come back up from the roots. Here's one of them that I don't really see any buds. Maybe it's just too early. I hope it's living. I'm really excited about this bed. This was thanks to a wonderful subscriber too. So those in the back are what's called potato onions. I hope they just continue to grow and fill in that whole area. There's one garlic, and then there's some shallots in the front. But I'm really excited about those onions in the back. I hope it just takes over this whole bed. Come into the greenhouse. It's a little bit warmer in here. Not much, but a little bit. We've kind of straightened up in here too on one of those days so that we've got everything ready to go. I'm excited. I'd forgot about these two, that I bought these when they were on clearance. And I'm excited about what I'm going to put in them. I think there's two of them. I think I'm going to put dahlias in both of them. I might change my mind, but that's what I'm thinking right now. I hope you enjoyed walking around the yard with me. I've got cold now. Now I'm thinking, do I want spring of the year or do I want to go sit by the wood stove? But it's always nice to get out and get some fresh air, enjoy being outside. I think it's good for you. I think it makes you sleep better at night. Even if you can just go out for a few minutes and sit on the porch or take a walk around the house, I think it really does something for your health, but also for your spirit. It just lifts your spirit. We need to try to be outdoors if we can. Of course, I know everybody can't, and that's okay too. It is exciting to see all the new growth coming up though, that new green of the daffodils and the spring flowers and the little things like the hostas and the peonies trying to poke up and see how things are, see if they can continue to grow. So really exciting to see them, and the garlic, all those things, the onions, and nice to kind of think about and study. This time of the year, on into the spring, your gardens look like a clean slate, like a clean, when I used to paint, like a clean canvas, and what am I going to put on it? The excitement of that. By the end of the summer, you think, oh my goodness, where did that clean canvas go? Everything's grew together and all jumbled up kind of by the extreme growth of summer. This time of the year, everything just holds such promise, such promise. I've been thinking about things that we want to do exactly like we did last year, things that we want to do different. And one of the things, though, even right now that I've got to think about doing is I need to go ahead and plant our peppers. I've not done that yet, so I need to get on that. And I was talking to Matt. We have our grow shelf with the cabbages on it, which are doing good. All of them are about that big, so they're doing good. But I've thought about moving it out here. We do have electricity out here, so I could plug it up out here, and I could leave the little grow mats on, and that would give some additional heat at night. But then during the day, they could kind of be getting all this sunshine coming through the greenhouse and kind of getting acclimated to the fresh air, all those things. So I've been thinking about that, but we've not moved it out here yet. So one of the things that I'll have to think about, and why do I want to move it out of the house? Just because it takes up so much room. That would be the main plus of that, is just having the room back in the living room. So I've been thinking about that, and of course I've been dreaming about all the things I want to plant this year, the flowers. We're dreaming again about the corn in the big garden, and hopefully this year being able to utilize that whole space better. We're going to put more potatoes down there. We're hopeful of that. We're for sure about that. But I'm tempted to put one long row of some type of beans, so that's something that we're thinking about. But even if we just manage to do the corn and the potatoes again, that was so nice last year, having our own corn, and so nice this winter. We've been eating it. It's in the freezer. We've been enjoying it. So I think we've about eat it all, but really something to look forward to when you think about the garden. And on cold days like this, I do both ways. So on a cold day like this, I think about the heat of summer and shucking corn, getting that fresh hot tomato, it's warm from the sun off the vine, or a cucumber or a squash or whatever it is. But then when I'm on that part, when I'm doing that, getting the tomato, I'm like, I'm tired of shucking corn or picking beans or whatever it is, I try to imagine thinking about the cold day like this, sitting by the wood stove, the fresh air, you know, kind of burns your, if it's really cold, your nostrils and your chest. I try to think about that. Helps me enjoy both. I enjoy all the seasons, and I'm blessed to live in an area, Appalachia, where I get to experience all of them. I'm always glad when you stop by to help me celebrate Appalachia.